Hi guys, I hope you are doing well today. Welcome to my channel, Kate Christine, a virtual assistant, where I share all things with you about being an influencer virtual assistant, how I run my business, and insights into my day-to-day life, what I get to do, and yeah, so that is what you will find over here on this channel. And today's video is going to be on how I set my pricing, how I started out as my price, have I moved into packages, etc, etc. So let's get on into it. Whenever I first started out with my business, being a freelancer, I wasn't quite sure where to set my hourly rate at. I knew I wanted to do hourly instead of packages because I wasn't quite sure how long tasks would take me and different things. And I came in with like a base knowledge of everything, like how to do graphics, how to do administrative work, going through emails. But I didn't have any like actual experience like being a virtual assistant before. So starting out at zero, I started at $25 an hour. I thought that was a very reasonable start, and from there I quickly realized that people charge a lot more. Honestly, that is what I felt comfortable with charging, having a base level knowledge. Yes, I also have a business degree, but honestly I do not think that applies at all, and I really I don't think it's necessary in this line of field. I think as long as you have a base level knowledge of like Instagram, Canva, I have several like TikToks and content ideas, like what I recommend, or not content ideas, I have several like TikToks and website blog posts that I have wrote like on what things I recommend you learning whenever you first start out as a virtual assistant. But having that base level knowledge, I felt comfortable starting out at $25 an hour, and I held $25 an hour for 6 months, and then from there I bumped it up to $28 an hour. Whenever I would get a new client, I'd be like, let me try and see if 28 is acceptable. And yeah, it went over really well. And then I think like 6 months later, I bumped it up to like $30 an hour. And then a little after that, I bumped it up to $35 an hour. So once I got to like the $35 an hour range, I then was like, okay, I've gotten good at these services. I can do them quick and efficiently. Whereas when I started in the beginning, it might have taken me like an hour to make like 3 collages or an hour to filter through emails. Whereas now it only takes me like 20 minutes. So I think that doing hourly like invoicing somebody hourly, send them an invoice at the end of 2 weeks or at the 15th of the month, start sending them one at the 15th of the month and the end of the month. And you do have to have a little bit more trust that way. Like I didn't require them to pay, I just had them pay after the services were already complete. That served me for a long time, but I didn't want to continue to get better in my work and get paid less, if that makes sense. That was not, I want this to be like a business. I want it to be scalable one of these days. So I was looking into packaging, and I love packages. I thought it was almost impossible to do packages in the virtual assistant world, but I was so very wrong. I was like, well, I do so many random tasks. How am I gonna throw those all in a package? But that's honestly an amazing thing about packages, because you can make them specific. So like the things you don't wanna do, you don't have to do. Whereas when you're just kind of working hourly, if someone's like, hey, can you go through my YouTube comments? It's like, sure, but really, if I was creating a package, like, I don't wanna go through YouTube comments. That's not really, I don't mind to respond to YouTube comments, but just an example. So now I have packages, and I will do a blog post as well, like screenshotting my actual like Google Slides packages, or I can even see, I don't think I can upload it in the description box. But I basically just like group things together. So I do a lot of like creative based services. So a lot of creating like collages, graphics on Canva, like YouTube thumbnails, sale collages, sale roundups to post on like To Know It and Amazon storefront. I do a lot of like Amazon Live cover photos. So I have a package that is purely just like LTK, Amazon storefront management, and that's it. So what I'll do for that is I'll create graphics and post them on your Like To Know It, or I'll assist you in like shopping for items or posting items. Like if you recently, if you're at the, say somebody, one of my girls we work with is at the mall, she takes a picture of her outfit and is like, hey, can you link this up for me? And then I'll link it up and I post it and I send it back. So that would be all grouped into the LTK and Amazon storefront package. And then I have an administrative package where we would take care of emails, go through DMs, manage comments, and do those type of services. And you can get both packages, or you can just get one or the other. So that your packages are going to depend on what kind of services you want to offer, but from there, what I did to establish the pricing of those packages was think of hourly rate that I want to be worth. For me, that is based on my years of experience. I find that I like to think that I'm worth $40 to $50 an hour, and that has gone over well with my clients. And so I base the hourly, like how long it would take me to do a certain task. I multiply that by my hourly rate that I would like, and that is my package pricing. And so for that, I have people pay at the beginning of the month and the 15th of the month. The nice thing about that, yes, you could have somebody prepay for hours, but I found like people would oftentimes kind of go over it, or maybe they'd go under it. But whenever we do package, you know you're gonna be working like a set amount of hours, and so I find that that works really well. So yeah, this video I feel like was relatively short and sweet. I hope I answered all your questions. If I didn't, feel free to comment any other questions that you have down below, and I'll be sure to respond. So thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to check out any of my other videos. Like I said, I also have a website where I do written out blog posts. So if you're a reader rather than a watcher, you can go feel free to check out that. And if you like short form content, I do also have a TikTok channel where I share loads and loads of information. I also have my Instagram, so I'll be sure to link to all that down below. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.